So, first question, what's the absolute best thing about being your age?
I think the older I get, the better I feel about myself. So teenage years particularly, life is difficult. You struggle with emotions, you struggle with a sense of self-doubt, you struggle to fight for a sense of approval. And the older you get, the more comfortable you become about being in your skin, being you, just happy with yourself and less requiring of other people's approval.
How did you mark turning 40 and how did it feel?
It was fantastic. I loved turning 40. It was a milestone birthday, and I threw a small birthday party for 40 of my closest friends and family. I really wanted to celebrate with them. I wanted to say thank you for supporting me along the way. And it was just it was a real celebration, and it was wonderful to have some good food, good wine, good friends around me in a beautiful setting, just marking the start of another decade, to be honest.
And how has your relationship to time changed as you've gotten older? Has it sped up? Has it slowed down? When did it move the fastest for you?
To say, I suppose, that time flies is a really great cliche. Everybody says that time flies, but it does. I mean, you look back on your life and your achievements and it all goes so fast. It's unbelievable. What has happened now is, as I've aged, turning 40 was perhaps the marker of that, but in general, you start to realize that you can look back on your achievements, and it's not all about achieving now. It's now also about balance and appreciation and looking around you maybe to give a helping hand to someone else. Somehow you remind yourself to calm down. Tomorrow's promised to nobody. Appreciates the here and now a little bit more.
Have your values changed over time? What do you value now?
Yes, of course my values have changed. Again, it was all about a sense of achievement before. You have a to-do list, you have a bucket list, and it's all about what you want to become, where you want to be in 5 years' time, where you want to be in 10 years' time. It's like a bit of a rat race. And now suddenly you start to value what you have more than what you want. Yes, of course you aspire to things, but you try to stay grounded, you appreciate the here and now, you look at what you've achieved, you look at your family, your friends, and you just have to count your blessings on a daily basis.
What's the one piece of advice would you give it to your 20-something self?
That it's all going to be okay. Don't be afraid, step out of your comfort zone, it'll be fine, it'll all work out in the end.
What advice would you give it to yourself when you were a young mother?
When I first became a mother, I was, I think, a little bit of too much of a rush. You want to get back very quickly into your former life, your social life, your figure, your professional life. There's a sense of fear of taking a step back and just stopping in the moment and enjoying the motherhood aspect a bit more. So I think, if with hindsight, and my advice to a new mother would be, enjoy it. It's fine to lean out for a bit. Take as long as you need. It's the most wonderful experience of your life. Appreciate it.
And if you had a bucket list, what's your favorite thing you have checked off?
I turned 40 and I got myself a tattoo. And the reason I did that was because I wanted a permanent reminder of the fact that life is all about change. Accept the change will make you grow into a better person. And I had a butterfly tattooed on the back of my leg, and the reason I did that was because I saw a quote somewhere about just when the caterpillar thinks his life is going to end, he changes into the most beautiful butterfly. And I just wanted a permanent reminder of that.
And what gets you up in the morning? What are your motivations?
Definitely my exercise regime. We have, unfortunately, many of us have a very sedentary lifestyle. We spend a lot of time sitting down in front of a computer. I'm no exception. So I find it very important. It's important for the physical side. I like my food, I like my wine, so I need to exercise, but it's also important for the mental stress relief. And also it just feeds your soul. It's a wonderful thing. You have time to yourself. It's time to rebalance your thoughts. The endorphins don't do any harm either. And it's important to look after our body.
What's your favorite trait?
My favorite trait about me now is probably the fact that I'm confident in myself, I'm comfortable in my body, I'm comfortable with who I have become, and I hope I project that to other people. I like connecting with other people. I'm very open about my experiences. I invite people to share their experiences, and this has given me a very good network in general from a professional perspective, but also in a sense of, in my personal life, some very good friendships.
Are there any myths you would like to bust about the over 40s? If so, can you tell us about that?
I don't know about busting a myth, but I'd like to confirm a myth. Life does begin at 40. It's great fun. I hear a lot of people talk about, oh my God, turning 40, turning 50. A lot of talk about if I could go back to my university days, to my younger days. And I disagree with that completely. I think you need to accept, you need to embrace. Every decade has its own pleasures, and you just have to, you can't fight time. You just need to move along with it gracefully and make the best of it.
Very good, very good. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much for your time.